So I am on a hike today, and I started out with the mission to go to the market. But you know what I said? It's an excellent time to stretch my excursions out, and that is what I did. I decided to use this time to take a scenic route and see what it brings me. There are some lovely ranch homes in my community. Just lovely. It's just a beautiful sprawling avenue of nothing but beautiful ranch homes. And I'll let you get a little peek. There's one up here for sale. I saw it coming down. But anyway, the temperature is about 92, 93. And who is this person creating one out here walking in heat she would normally be hiding from? So yeah, I decided to take an avenue, a road, and kind of see how far that would take me for a little bit. And there are no shortcuts. So this subdivision community is sprawling, but it doesn't open up to the road. So when you get in here and you walk it, you are walking it, because there are no outlets. And that's where I would love to cut through, but I'm not sure if I should do that. So when I get to the road and I lap around, I'll see how I can access any shortcuts and avoid any ends of roads, because these ends of roads can be tricky, because like I said, when you're in a subdivision, it could bend out and away from the road, and you are fresh out of luck. And it's a wonderful thing if you have room and time. But if you don't want to be stuck and frustrated. But today I decided to take the risk, and I'm going to reward myself with a nice little treat. So this labor will not be in vain. If you can hear the traffic, that's the traffic that is right on the other side of these homes. But those outlets, of course, are considered private property, so you can't cut through them. Okay, so here's the house that's for sale. And it's beautiful. Love to see what the inside of it looks like. It's got a 2-car garage. It's probably a 3-bedroom. Like I said, most of these homes in Cane Creek are very much ranch style. There's no splits. There's no 2-level, no bi-level or tri-level. Yep, I'd love to be able to cut through there, but unfortunately I can't. But that's okay, because at least I got a chance to do something that I hadn't done yet. And that's what this is all about. Stretching your comfort zone. While I'm here and I have your attention, things come to me all the time, and the one thing that I want to make sure that you guys understand, especially young people who are 20 to 30 and a little bit unsure about the path they're on with God and whether or not this holding out thing is going to be to their benefit. If you notice that the possibilities for dating, the possibilities for marrying are slim, you lowering your standards are not going to increase your chances with God. They may not even increase your chances in the world, because ultimately what you're doing is you are not setting yourself apart. You're throwing yourself in the recycling bin, and a random draw can occur. And the other thing I want you to be taking notice of is there are a lot of people who come with the scriptures, who know them backwards and forward, and they talk about their interest in dating black women or dating a specific woman for God. But in reality, they are not. They are hanging out in places where women tend to cultivate. And they are literally telling you exactly why they are there. If someone tells you that if they got married, it would be a loss to single women because you would not have anyone to flirt with you, you need to put those people into quarantine and see if they are truly who they claim to be. If someone tells you that they have they just can't seem to get, you can tell because they'll always be talking about how beautiful a woman is. I'm not talking about the men who are married to women. I'm talking about the men who are single. When a single man can't find a good woman or can't find a woman for God in the midst of women who are for God, what does that tell you? It tells you one of two things. They don't think very highly of the women in the group, or two, they have absolutely no idea. They are literally a baby out of the womb, and they are hanging around an elder or a man of God who has the attention of women, or women have collated in that atmosphere. And it's all to entertain themselves. They are persons of the flesh. Now, even though you might be of the flesh, we're all God's children, and we can be rehabilitated back into the full body of Christ. But you gotta listen. Learn how to read the room. It's not even just energy. People are speaking. They are literally, the devil has captivated you with these sweet words that you can't even distinguish between a double mindset, a single mindset, and between the single mindset, you can't determine which is the voice of God and the voice of Satan. And I want you to get out a sheet of paper. Get you a spiral notebook. Get you some digital device or something, and I want you to take some notes. And I want you to start analyzing. If you want a relationship or you don't want a relationship, that's not an excuse to lose your skills and how to vet people. You're around people all the time. You come into spaces where people are. You need to sharpen your skills. And the reason why you need to vet people is because the devil only uses the living or the memories of the dead, the unresolved issues that you have with the dead, okay? So if you're speaking in the context of the living, and you're in spaces where the living dwell, you need to pick 3 people. Start with 3. Pick 3 random people. The people who talk the most, the people who talk the least, and then I also want you to pay attention to the people who are constantly challenging the voices that you hear, okay? This isn't a right, this isn't a wrong. I want you to pay attention. I'm giving you some homework, okay? And I want you to record their name, and pay attention to what they say versus and they're going to talk, because people who love to talk are going to tell their stories, okay? And a man who loves to talk will spill everything. So what you want to do is you want to start recording and pay attention. This is an excellent exercise. And do this at work. Do this in your place of businesses, if you own a business, and these are the people that you employ. Because if you want to try to decide who need to keep, because if you run a business, you're going to have to deal with people. If you're in a business, you're going to have to deal with people. If you are in ministry or what have you, you're going to deal with people. So you got to focus your time and attention on people. All right. So the traffic is in full swing, and so you'll hear it. Like I said, this is a midday hike because I'm trying to see what I can get out of a higher degree temperature in the middle of the day when the temperature is its highest or reaching its highest. Okay, so anyway, and I just want you to track those people that I mentioned to you, and decide whether or not these people are more on your side or less on your side. Now, pay attention, because many of these people are 2, 3, maybe even 10 years, I'll say, out of a toxic situation where they are exhausted of their spirit and kindness. Now I want you to take a look at the amount of time they stayed in that toxic environment. And after you do that, because they're telling you, okay, they are literally telling you. So when they're speaking, write it down, take notes. And let's see, after that, you want to take a hard look, excuse me, a hard look at the people. So remember I told you, pay attention to people who are constantly crossing up and vexing other people, spirits. Look at those people who are doing the vexing, and then look at how long they've been out of their toxic situation, how long they were in the toxic situation. Because I'm going to be real with you. There are a lot of women who have been in toxic situations, feel like they have not won, and they don't want to see you win. They will pour negative into you. They will cross up every step someone is who is unselfishly pouring kindness, wisdom, understanding, and teaching into you. I used to tell my students back when I was in the classroom, pay attention to the students who interrupt the teachers when they're speaking. Because see, even when you don't want to hear what they have to say, you'll at least listen to it. Okay? Because 90% of the time, the people who you're listening to the most are the people who are talking the most. But sometimes the people that are quiet the most are vocally, they might be making noise in the back of the classroom. They want to distract the teacher, want to get the teacher off of the focus and get it on them. This is double consorts, okay?